Hello and welcome everyone to Kaiju Review.
Today we'll be talking about a movie from North Korea. A kaiju film called Pulgasari, a film that has a dark backstory.
Yeah, but we'll discuss that aspect of the film a little later. But for now, we'll just talk about the film itself. So,
let's get to it. At a poor blacksmith shop, the blacksmith and his workers are working hard. The blacksmith then asks one of the workers, Indy, to move some grass nearby, but ends up moving it himself, revealing a small collection of weapons.
Oh, I think he did a bad thing.
I don't think you did that bad of a thing.
That's a bad boy. Go to your room.
Indy admits that he hid the weapons for a friend, only for the blacksmith to expose Indy as a leader of a gang of bandits. The blacksmith is saddened over the fact that Indy, who is arranged to be married to his daughter, Annie, has become a bandit.
Later, Ami and Indy discuss Indy's impending departure. Indy explains that the bad harvest and the cruel governor have forced him into the life of a bandit to help others.
Oh well, that happens.
Sometime after, Indy and his friends leave the village with the blacksmith's blessing, but they are forced to hide when a villager spots a representative of the governor approaching the village.
The representative explains due to the increasing bandit activity, the blacksmith has been ordered to make weapons for the governor. The blacksmith claims there is an iron shortage, and the representative presents him with pots, pans, farming tools that he took from poor peasants to use to make weapons.
Really? Stealing iron? You couldn't just make weapons out of wood?
What the heck is wood gonna do?
Have you ever been hit by a stick?
Yes.
And how did it feel?
It hurt like heck.
My point exactly.
Can I hit you with a stick?
No.
Aw, never let me have any fun.
The soldiers that brought the tools then proceed to steal more iron tools from the villagers, and a general orders that the young men of the village be taken in under suspicion of being bandits. This incites Indy into attacking the soldiers to protect his village, but he is captured. The blacksmith is told of Indy's capture and has his son, Anna, tell the villagers to gather at his home later. He gives the farming tools back to the villagers and tells them to hide them until the soldiers have left.
The next morning, the blacksmith is interrogated about the missing iron.
Oh, what a jerk. Beating up an old man.
The blacksmith feigns ignorance, claiming it may have been the work of Pulgasari, a legendary creature. The governor is furious over the claim and has the blacksmith imprisoned and starved. Indy and the other prisoners refuse to eat until the blacksmith is given food, but this angers the warden.
Ami and Anna try to visit their father but are turned away by the guard, not wanting to be killed himself, before other guards arrive and chase them away. After locating their father, they throw handfuls of rice over the wall so that he may eat, but despite Indy and the other prisoners pleading for him to do so, he does not eat.
What? Why won't he eat? Instead, the blacksmith uses rice and dirt to create a small figure. With his last of his life, pleads to the gods to bring salvation.
He made a toy.
His body is returned to a mourning family. Ami finds the figure.
That night, while mending Anna's shirt, Ami pricks her finger on a needle and a drop of her blood falls on the figure, bringing it to life. The tiny creature begins eating needles, and as the siblings sleep, it eats the lock on their door and leaves the house. Searching for the creature, they find it now larger and eating more iron from the forge.
That little thing sure likes to eat. You should lose some weight.
Watching the creature, Ami names it Pulgasari, after the legend.
Ami then learns that Indy has been taken to the governor's office to be tried as a criminal. Indy is presented before the village to be executed, only for Pulgasari to appear to eat the blade before it's brought down. While the small creature frees Indy, a soldier attacks it only for the sword to shatter upon striking it. Pulgasari attacks the soldier and Indy manages to escape.
The soldiers inform the governor of what's happened, but he merely laughs it off as a bad joke and sends his representative to investigate. And they find the now child-sized Pulgasari feasting on weapons.
Boy, he sure grows fast. He must have drank his milk.
Attempts to attack the creature work even less than before, and the creature digs through a wall to flee.
Ami learns that Pulgasari has been driven from the village for eating iron tools, kitchen utensils, and the villagers need those. Ami and her brother search for Pulgasari, find him playing in the river before he wanders off again.
Inde's mother is brutally tortured for the location of her son. In the mountains, the bandits are training to fight the government, and Ami arrives to inform Inde of his mother's capture. The governor's soldiers are spotted approaching the bandit hideout. Later, the bandits infiltrate the prison to free Inde's mother and brother, who both die in his arms.
That just stinks on so many levels.
Indy leads his bandits in an attack on the governor's mansion, overwhelming the soldiers and ultimately killing the governor. The king learns of the attack and assigns a new general, General Fawn, to deal with the bandits. Indy leads his bandits in battle against Fawn's forces, and bandits use the mountain range to their advantage.
Fawn is angered that his soldiers were so easily defeated and enacts a plan to surround the mountain and starve the bandits out of hiding. A trio of bandits attempt to sneak down the mountain for supplies, but are caught and killed. Ami is also captured when Pulgasari, who has now grown to the size of a man, appears and saves her, and the two climb the mountain with supplies for the bandits.
The bandits attack Fawn's forces once again, this time with the ever-growing Pulgasari. Along their ranks, they feed him with the enemy's weapons after each victory.
Boy, he sure keeps on getting bigger, doesn't he?
After multiple defeats, Fawn learns that Ami is able to control Pulgasari and plots to capture her. While the bandits celebrate, Fawn's men sneak in and kidnap Ami. Anna gathers wood with Pulgasari's help, then learns of his sister's kidnapping.
Pulgasari and the bandits go to face Fawn's forces, who hold Ami captive. Pulgasari is forced to obey Fawn in order to keep Ami alive, and he is ordered into a cage. Once the creature is inside, the cage is set on fire.
Do you really think that's gonna do anything to him? You guys are a bunch of idiots.
The soldiers believe they've scored a major victory when Pulgasari explosively emerges, proving how dumb the bad guys were, forcing them to retreat. Pulgasari uses his red-hot body to boil the river as the soldiers attempt to escape. Though hurt, Pulgasari stands once again, bringing hope to the village.
Inde leads the charge against the king, while Fawn plots to trap Pulgasari in a hole and bury the metal monster. Before the plan can be put in motion, the bandits press their attack against the soldiers. The army manages to hold back the bandits long enough for the hole to be dug. General Fawn uses rocket arrows to attack Pulgasari, injuring his eye but only angering the giant. In his rage, Pulgasari destroys Fawn's castle as the army retreats.
Fawn explains that Pulgasari is possessed by the spirit of the blacksmith, that he plans to exorcise the spirit to kill the beast. Pulgasari is lured into a trap, and a priestess chants to exorcise the spirit. The giant falls into a hole and stones are poured in, burying the monster. The army then strikes back against the bandits, injuring Inde and capturing them. Inde is executed, and all hope seems lost.
Ami sneaks into Fawn's new castle, where the general and his men are drunkenly celebrating their victory. However, Ami is recognized and followed as she delivers alcohol to the guards watching over Pulgasari's burial site. The guards are informed of Ami's identity, and she is captured while trying to rouse the metal giant. She slices her arm, bleeding onto the rocks, allowing Pulgasari to emerge once more, forcing the soldiers to flee.
Why does Pulgasari coming out of the ground sound like a UFO? See?
The king is told of the advance of Pulgasari and the bandits. The ruler despairs when Huang arrives, telling of a blacksmith working on cannons that might be the key to stop Pulgasari. The bandits continue their march forward as work on cannons proceed. Huang then unveils the lion gun and the general gun to the king, and a test fire proves the power of the weapons.
The weapons are fired on the attacking bandits, but Pulgasari is unaffected by the cannon fire, even returning shots fired into his mouth as he continues his advance towards the castle. Pulgasari destroys the outer wall of the stronghold, allowing the bandits' entrance into the castle. The creature then smashes the castle to pieces, bringing the rubble down onto Huan, killing him. Pulgasari then crushes the king underfoot, freeing the peasants.
In the aftermath of the war, they feed him the lion gun and the general gun, but that doesn't even satisfy the beast. The peasants now view Pulgasari as a savior and offer their iron tools to him, but Aimee grows concerned of this.
She tries to convince Pulgasari into not eating the iron so that the people can return to their peaceful lives. When this does not work, Aimee offers herself up in a bell to appease the Metal Eater, causing the beast to crumble back into a tiny doll and bringing peace to the land.
Well, that was Pulgasari, guys.
Not a terrible film, but it could have been better.
But given the situation behind the scenes of the creation, it's forgivable.
Yeah, this film was directed by South Korean film director Shin Sang-ok, who, along with his wife, Choi Yoon-hee, had been kidnapped and forced to make films for film buff Kim Jong-il, who later succeeded his father in becoming ruler of North Korea.
Pulgasari was the last film Shin directed for the now deceased Kim.
But the story has a happy ending, as Shin and Choi's relationship, which was strained prior to their being kidnapped, was rekindled, and the two managed to escape from their captors to freedom.
Well, at least it ended on a happy ending.
For Kaiju Review, this has been me, Protomet.
And I am Tank, signing off.
See ya.
Later, all.